third-year man, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On play action, it's Mahomes. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Not the kind of gain that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding?
He's got a man complete. The 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
That is deep wrong here.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Now here's Ross. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The CD, you know, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Burrow. Being chased out left. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Come on, Hardman.
Hardman on the return. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
You can't make this up, man.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, these two teams, the Bengals and Chiefs, they met twice a year ago, and it was the young Bengals prevailing both times. The first, Week 17 in Cincinnati, the Bengals coming through in overtime 34-31. And then, of course, the AFC title game, the big one. The Chiefs up 21-3 at one point. The Bengals charge back. They win at 27-24 and punch their ticket to Super Bowl 56.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
He's got a man complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Sometimes it's design, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From midfield now, Burrow. It'll be Mixon on the out route as the pass is caught. Again with a juke. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Rashad Fenton, the one to bring him down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Burrow will throw. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes hit. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 27, Mahomes completes it to Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Locates Hardman for another catch. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. But he fires one that's intercepted.
Why did you
Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Burrow. Airing one out for Boyd. And he is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
He completes it to Boyd.
No chance to get roughed in the pass. No chance.
A penalty flag in the
Bro.
backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Oh my gosh, Madden, bro. Madden is against me. Madden's
So
against
now
me today,
a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Burrow looking to pass. Flushed out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. On play action, they'll throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it
you
at the 19-yard line.
You can't make this shit up. I guess Matt said I'm not winning this game, huh?
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
They go play fake. Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The slot man in motion right. Now it's Mahomes again. Escaping the press. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. A nightmare of a 1st half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Flush to his right. And that's caught inside the 35. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. Touchdown. T. Higgins in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Bengals are able to add on to their 1st half lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the route is on here in this 1st half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Slot man moves right. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. He's got a man complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And again, it's Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, I mean, You get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet,
right.
And they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic?
And now here is another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner?
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. On second down, here's Mixon. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points. But that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. So the completion good for 7 there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception.
That's not blocking like that.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TV.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
You can't make this shit up, bro. Like...
So erase the flag. They declined it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Throwing now. Burrow on first down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon.
Wow.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Burrow. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Frank Clark picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Back now in Cincinnati. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. A big pickup of 38. Mixon is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. And this offense on third down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the